think the whole idea of give or no give, pay or no pay is a conversation that is always being raised by people who were raised in households that there was no love, there was no generosity. It's not really a question of dating, who is paying, who is bringing money. It's just that there are a lot of people with horrible backgrounds that they don't know anything about love and giving and sharing. Personally, I can't go out with my friends, with my sisters, and not even go out. I can't be alive with my friends and my sisters, and I'm not maybe just sending random gifts, sending random money. I just can't do that. It's just not my way of life, Just someone checking up on you and all. You go out with your sisters or your friends. Nobody's asking who is paying because somebody is going to pay. Do you understand? We don't even know how. Me, you, and Precious, we can just go out, hang out now. I'm not even going to ask who is going to pay. You can even come without any money. We know somehow somebody is going to pay. That's just how it is for many of us. And some people are just naturally not used to giving. That's why you don't date someone and say, I hope he can give, I hope he's generous, I hope he will learn to do this. No, you have to date someone who has that mentality, who has had that mentality from a very long time. Because these topics, when I see them, I'm like, I wish there was no internet so that we don't have to see that there are nasty people like this, or people who have been living in darkness, who don't know anything about compassion and giving, because they're literally polluting those people who are looking for excuses to stop being generous. You just get a confirmation. Because if personally, if I go on a date with a guy, I will not pay, I won't do anything. There was a phase in my life where I developed that mentality that, oh, you have to offer to pay, you have to offer to do something. I was in that era, and there were foolish guys that we even say, okay, pay. But when I paid, I didn't feel good. The moment I paid, the guy stopped looking attractive, the guy stopped becoming a prospect, the guy became a piece of shit the moment I paid. And I'm not exaggerating. The guy just became someone that I would never wanted to see on my phone again. And then I started asking myself, if it's so cool to pay on a date as a girl, then why is it that the moment I pay for these guys, they turn immediately to younger brother, and I don't see anything attractive about them anymore? Immediately it will just off. Do you get? And I realized there was time I went out with this guy. I won't call his name just in case I make this a podcast, because my voice is sounding really podcasty right now. I went out with this guy and I tried to pay, and he said, "Come, keep that card." I'm like, I just want to help. It's like, help who? How much do you have? I'm a man. I'm an Igbo man. A woman can never pay for me in this life. Ah, when he said that, I was like, wait, it's true. My man no dey pay for my papa. Wetin dey happen? Wetin dey happen? My auntie never paid for my uncle. What's happening? What's happening in the world? Why is the world changing like this? When he said that, every time I went out on a date, when I went out on a date with this guy, I never took my card. I enjoyed my date. He continued to look like a man in my eyes. He was looking like a man in my eyes. And the thing is, you will not text him. He will text you. You know that this guy is pursuing you. Do you get? He was looking more and more like a man. He was very masculine to me. So it's not something that you need to teach people, or people need to be told, when you marry, you're a provider. Don't stop telling them. If they don't have that mentality, even if they start doing it now as adults, they will feel frustrated about it. They'll just feel frustrated because that's not how they were brought up. There's another guy, I won't call his name either. He's Igbo too. This guy will take me to nice places, and I never needed my card. Sometimes he'll just come by the house. If my patrol slippers I'll be wearing, he'll say, let's go. We'll go. Even if the place is one fancy place, I'm supposed to be embarrassed. When you will hold yourself, you will know that everybody looking there will know that if with your bedroom slippers, you have something. There's something about you. Do you understand? So you just feel safer and more secure when you are with someone that is footing the bills, because he knows that's his responsibility. He knows that he has to continue to maintain his position in the society and in your life. He has to maintain that position. The reason why all women should have their own money It's not because women should have their own money. It's because every human being should have their own money. It removes the finish from any relationship at all, even in your office. The reason why I was able to resign from 2 different places that I worked in is because I had money. I had enough money to carry me for 1 year without working. I had enough money to carry me for those 2 years without working. I had enough money to do that. I had backup, I had side hustle. So I could not take nonsense from any workplace, because what workplaces try to do is to control you with money. So the fact that I had money meant that I was a human being in wholeness, in fullness, in completeness, mentally stable, making sound decisions, not because you have money to give me, but because I want to make an impact in this company. And if you're going to be messy and nasty and dysfunctional, I can't thrive here. I'm leaving. That's what money does to you. Money gives you confidence. So even if I'm going out with this guy, the fact that I have money means I'm confident that if anything happens, he will not use money to embarrass me. He will not use money to shame me. But he, in his own upbringing, has to know that he has to continue to have more money than me in order to remain the man, the respected man in the society. Not that I won't respect him if he doesn't have money, but he just has to maintain it because that is his place. It's like you just washing your armpits when you shower. If you don't wash your armpits, you know you're already exposing yourself to ridicule, to shame, I don't need to tell you wash your armpit. You need to wash your armpit. Why am I using armpit as an example? I don't even know where the example came from, but that's really just what it is. You say, what does she bring to the table if I'm the one paying it, this. So I need to tell you to wash your armpit. Is that what you're saying? Because as a girl, I already have my own money, but my money is to give me confidence and to bail us if you ever have a problem. And sometimes I would just want to do something nice for you because it's in my nature. That's already how I am. It's not because I'm trying to earn you. It's not because I'm trying to equal you. It's not because I'm trying to balance you. It's not because I'm trying to one up you. But you must maintain your position as a man by continuing to have that money, even if you know your money is not dominating me, but continue to have that money. Because as I'm speaking to you now, but one Bobo admirer sent me money yesterday. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. And why I'm saying this is because ever since there was something that shifted in my brain. I told you there was a phase in my life where I thought that I needed to spend money, help the guy. As we go on a date, he will pay some, I will pay some. Do you understand? That phase of my life was between 2019 and 2021. 2020 wasn't actually a full year. Between 2019 and 2021. From 2021 ending, when I started studying feminine energy. Let me sit up for this. From 2021 ending, when I started studying feminine energy. Feminine energy. The feminine energy, if you connect it to the Bible, is highly spiritual. The feminine energy is an energy that receives and multiplies. It's an energy that sees abundance. It's an energy where the moment I learned about feminine energy, I sit down on my own. I just sit on my own and I become an irresistible woman. I'm not out there saying, guys, I don't reply. Because in my life already, I've never been that girl that goes, why are you not replying? I'm texting, you send 1 million texts. I don't be that girl. But now, coupling it up with feminine energy, I understand that a woman in her true feminine energy does not pursue a man, does not do masculine things. She's chilling. She's chilling. She already knows. Casey, I put it to you. Since I don't know if it's you I told, there's only one time in my life in Madrid that I stepped out of my house to go on a date and meet a guy at the bridge towards the metro. I've never woken up, stood up and said I'm going to a restaurant to meet up with a guy, blind date. Never. All the times I've gone on dates, I will sit in my house, I will dress up. You will come, tell me you're downstairs. If you don't have a car, you get an Uber and we will go. I've never, ever said, let me just go and meet this guy. If the moment you dress up and step out and say, I'm going to meet that guy, you are already pursuing. He's not chasing you again. You have gone to meet him. That's why most girls say, he stood me up. A real lady in her feminine energy. Sometimes I will not even waste my makeup until he tells me he's downstairs. Because makeup is expensive. I won't even waste my makeup till he tells me he's downstairs. Once he just texts, I'm downstairs. My makeup doesn't take time. Once he just like, I'm downstairs. I just draw my eyebrow. Give me a second. And I hurry and I go downstairs. If you tell him I'll be there in 10 minutes, you're there in 10 minutes. You're accurate. You're punctual. You're not overdoing I'm the goddess of this relationship. No. And it's always very introductory. Like, you know already what you bring to the table, but this man has to show you that he's worth that thing. Because women we have a lot of nurturing energy. We have a lot to give. We have a lot to suffer. So you have to make sure that you're not suffering. Because women will still have a lot to suffer in a relationship if you're dating either a broke man or a rich man. So go in with a man that is mentally and financially sound. People always think, and what she bringing? Why am I giving this? Why am I giving that? If marriage is not about money, why do they share money after divorce in the US? If it's not about bringing forces together, if it's not about money, why don't they share love during the divorce at the divorce table? Babe, money has never been a priority for me in relationships. It's always what I'm looking for. Now me and God know. Just a good person that has sense, can handle a very healthy conversation, and has financial wisdom. Because if you say you want to, and a generous person, because I grew up in a loving household, I can't afford to see myself in an unloving relationship. I'm not lonely, I'm not bored, I'm highly creative. As I'm sitting down with you now, I've created reels, I've created stories, I've created storylines. I have many things to do. I don't even know what to do with myself. So I didn't eat out yesterday because I was writing a book, not AI, by myself, which I just started announcing this morning. So I'm highly creative. I'm not bored. There's so many people that are just dating because they are bored. They don't want to be alone. Some people are just following this guy. Let me just follow him. I have money. He's broke. Let me help him. It's okay for you to see potential in a man, but it does not mean that it is your responsibility to bring out that potential. Because most times after bringing out the potential, he's not in love with you. He's just enjoying help. Who does not want help? He's just enjoying help. After the help, he will go and meet somebody else that is his type, the one he can afford, the one he can now afford. Because at that point, you're the one just loving him, over nurturing him. Will he go away? No, he will stay. Just like a cat that you find at the dustbin looking for food and you bring it to your house. It will follow you. It will stay. It doesn't mean it belongs to you. It means it is trying to be loyal to you so that you feed it tomorrow. When people say, I love my cat, I love my dog, they are the most loyal, the most this, the most that. Don't give them food for 3 days and see. They will go outside. You say, I love my cat, I love animals, they are so loyal, that's a very funny assumption to assume that an animal is loving and loyal. Let it starve with you for 2 days. 2 days, don't give it food first. If I delve into this topic of people that have pets, this whole pet thing just annoys me, because just imagine we're all animals now and there's this higher species of living things, and they just start taking us one by one away from our families and saying that we are pets because they are giving us food and massaging us. I still want to be with my family. I still want to see Precious. I still want to hug Sharon. I still want to be with my family. Why do you take animals away from their parents and say you are a pet lover? You're not a pet lover. You're a family separator. Says me, who eats cows and goats. And if you're such a pet lover, why are you not keeping cows and goats and chicken? Why are you eating them? I beg, let's end this matter. I beg. Moving on back to what I was saying. You don't need to be told. If you're someone who was brought up in a good household, in a loving household, that's the thing. There are a lot of people that were not brought up into loving household. Do you want us to get to the root of this? So many people were not born into loving household. Their parents did not love each other. Their parents did not express love. Their parents did not show each other love. Some of them, their parents didn't even know each other. Some people were born out of one night stands. These are the people that are on the social media right now, angry, saying we'll pay 50-50, we'll share rent 50-50. Do you know that in the US there are many families making their children pay house rent? Where's the contribution to the house rent? You don't do that. These are the kind of people that are populating the social media. Tomorrow now, somebody will come and say, let's normalize children paying house rent. For what? These people are talking based on their damage, based on their hurt, based on their background. They are already born into a society where they don't see the point in being generous. They want to share that responsibility. They don't have love. These are not people that we're supposed to be listening to or having conversations with. A man that cannot provide for his household is worse than an infidel. And she's just my girlfriend. She's not my household yet. You need to audition. The same way you expect her to come to your house and be auditioning. You see, when you're into your feminine energy, men will be auditioning for you. You don't lose anything. You will tell, you feel pay for market, but you understand that you are now in a position of audition for me, because the guy is he just has to be auditioning for you. I'm sitting down on my own now. He will send me a message. I'm sitting down on my own now. He will send me a ride. I should go to the market. I should go and buy things. It's not me. I will say, please, it's only spinach of €1 I'm going to buy. He will say, okay, I'm sending you an Uber. I will not even text him. I'll not even bother. I'll not even do anything. But there's so many women that are using their energy to do. And guess what? Tomorrow, if this guy wants to make shakara and want to go away, I'm not even going to beg. If this guy wants to be abusive, I'm not going to beg. Why? Because feminine energy understands that if you don't stay, someone else will. And if nobody ever stays, I am still that complete woman who will never, ever, ever shrink, wither, have ugly wrinkles, or have mental stress, because I don't encourage, enable, or welcome man problems. There are men without problems. They exist. And why do I know they exist? Because I exist. When people are like, the kind of man I'm looking for doesn't exist, I'm like, oh, that's how somebody somewhere is telling the man looking for a woman like me that the kind of woman he's looking for does not exist. I exist. Therefore, the kind of man I'm looking for exists. It's not too hard. You're not even looking for serious things. Seriously, the things that we're even asking for are not even tough. They're just basic. Be a good person that does not cheat, that honors his body, that is generous. Do you understand? These people are saying it doesn't exist. Just because you're like that and everybody, it's not you. Just because the person's like that and everybody in their family is like that, doesn't mean that there are people out there who do not honor their bodies. There are people who seriously honor their bodies. The way I honor my body to a point where I do not give a hoot how much you have, how much you have to offer. You are not touching this body if you don't think I am worthy enough to be your wife and the mother of your generation. If you don't think, that's the price. If you don't think I am worthy enough for you to tell the government that I am the one, if you don't think I'm worthy enough to be that madam in your company as your wife and your special advisor, if you don't think I'm worthy enough, a lot of people have their prices. So I'm not saying this is the standard. I'm saying this is my own mentality, that there are so many men that just want to have things for free. And the reason why people are having this conversation, what does she bring to the table, is because sex is free, sex is cheap. Why are you making your own so expensive? That's the idea. Because on the dating site where I am, even though my profile is really well worded and accurately worded and precisely worded, there'll still be men coming to say, it's just a gold digger. I don't be like, where is the gold digger thing? But guess what? The percentage of men that love my profile is higher than the percentage of men that are talking anyhow. And those talking anyhow are all those shirtless men. And I'm just like, I don't even reply them, because I'm like, these guys, you people think we're in the same market. The people that are liking my profile are responsible men, CEOs, better people. They start liking your profile because they know that you're a woman that knows what she wants. But the men that come here and be like, qu'est-ce que tu cherches ici? Blah, 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 blah. I already know these guys, they believe sex is cheap. Sex is free. Why is your own expensive? And the thing is, I didn't even mention money on the profile. I didn't even mention money. I just said it should be sound, it should be this, it should be that, it should be that. And I'm not going to sleep with you just because you took me out on a date. Because a decent woman, a woman of class, does not sell her body over a plate of food. Do you understand? That's how this thing ended. That's how the profile ended. But a lot of people, they just read it and they just think that I'm saying I don't want food, I want more. Do you understand? So that's the thing. We're now in that generation where women are selling their bodies over food. Oh, the date was romantic, open leg. Oh, I've never eaten shawarma before, open leg. Oh, thank you for the kilichi, open leg. Why are you using your leg to say thank you? Are you mad? So people don't honor their bodies anymore, and that's why guys are like, why am I paying for something that everybody has already seen? You're not a snack. You're not a snack. You are a free sample. That's really one of the problems. Apart from the fact that some people are just raised from homes where there's no love, there's also that issue of, why should I put money on it when it's not special? Do you understand? I'm not saying that there are people who have. I'm not saying that having slept with people makes you any less special. No, I'll never say that. Everybody has their preference. I don't judge. I have friends that talk to me all the time about their sex capades. I don't judge. I don't talk. I don't say anything. I'm just like, it's interesting. We all have different lives. It's like you being married, telling me about your married life. I'm not going to say, yeah, I prefer earning degrees and traveling the world. No, we have different things that are special about the way we have chosen to live our lives. I can have a friend who's somewhere saying, not I can have. I've had a friend who said, "Oh my God, love, I really wish I could just travel and this and earn degrees." She's traveled now, earning degrees. I don't know, but she's traveled. But at that time, she had a family, she had a husband, she had 2 kids, and she wanted also this part of my life. So everybody is special in their own unique ways. That's what I'm just trying to say. So yes, we need to understand that you cannot be begging people or persuading people or trying to convince people to be in your life or learn to be generous. He's nice and this and that, just that he's stingy. If you don't want stingy, throw him away, because it's forever. You don't want somebody that he will not want to go and pick your child up from school because he does not want to spend money on fuel. You don't want that thing in your life, because those stingy people, they used to be stingy up to their children, many of them. So if you know that stingy is a deal breaker for you, don't say I will teach him. I had a friend. She said, maybe if I start buying gift for him, he will learn and be buying for me too. Yeah, she stayed there 2 years. He never learned. He was just collecting, like a stray cat that you find at the dustbin. So if you know that that's not what you want, don't say, let me just say and be convincing him. He exists because I exist, and they all exist. And what I've learned is that men love standards. They pretend not to love it, but they love it. Do you understand? The reason why men do not like standard is when in that phase of his life, he's just looking to have sex with you. He's not ready for all this nonsense. I beg. Do you get? But every time you reject a man because of your standard, something in him feels like, what's she feeling like? Do you understand? But he still knows, God, so that girl, she's this, she's that. Something in him knows that he has lost. But in his mind, it's like, useless girl. He still want to say bad things about you. He will still want to even go and tell people that he has slept with you. I've experienced it now. There are people that I have just, even if I politely said no to them, even though they've never asked me out, they will just go and tell everybody that they slept with me. I've heard the news. I heard the news from Unibed. I heard the news even in 2022, one place that I was in. This person went around saying that I was sleeping with everybody. Do you understand? Like, if I could just go and open my leg somewhere now and do virginity test, all those people now, I will sue them. Do you understand? But that's the thing, is that people will say things. Guys, they know that your standard can scare them. They'll respect it all. But the fact that you have standard makes some of them feel less than, to the point that they will now want to destroy you and drag you on the floor. So that pride you think you have, that quality you think you have, they will waste it for you. That's how many of them are. That's how many of them are. But it doesn't take away anything from the way you are. Pata, you change environment, your life gets better. You continue to live in health, and you don't have anybody's STDs entering into your body. So men love standards. There are so many men, they love standards. I've experienced it on this platform now. It's not all the guys I respond to, but so far I've had over like 2,000 messages, and out of them there are men that just respect the standard. But the thing is that respecting the standard doesn't mean that it's a good person. Someone can respect the standard and still not be a good person. So it's not because they say, oh, I really love your standard, I want my daughters to be like you, that you not say, oh yes, come into my life. No, the standard will remain. It's like White House. It's like CBN. It's like Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Not everybody can walk into many buildings. Not everybody can walk into many buildings. So if your standard is, he must be a generous man, a provider, a this, or a that, keep it there. Because one day it will come. Don't say, people are not coming to buy this Rolls Royce, so let me just sell it for 400k. If you put that Rolls Royce at 400k, the way keke drivers will enter it and rubbish it. So that's, just see yourself as that. Once you start maintaining your high value feminine energy and elegance, just see yourself as one of those buildings that not everybody can access. It's not an open market, so it may take a while, but you've put the standard. And like now, my fiber shrinkage coaching, I'm putting one-on-one at 2 million naira. Now I'm not going to immediately get everybody willing to pay 2 million naira, but the person that will pay the 2 million naira for one-on-one, because it used to be 800, that will pay the 2 million naira for one-on-one, the value I will pour into her, she will even be the marketing that will go and tell other people, that's her, this girl, it works. So you don't just bring down the price because people are now coming, let me bring down the price. You're the one that will suffer because you will be throwing your pearls to the dogs. So if generosity is important to you as it is important to me, don't even listen to all those people that are saying not even that they are listening to self. You just showed me a reel and I just started talking. I'm in my element. I need to drink water. All right, take care, girl. Bye.